Here we are again. We're pretty much just outside Termagant Forest, so let's head on.
Oh, cool. Oh, I like the sparklies in the air.
Will-o'-the-wisps.
Oh, it's that same blue figure. Cool.
And behind us.
Yes, I don't think we're making the wrong call to just sort of move on when we can move on, because you don't get anything for doing the fighting. It would just be making the gameplay last twice as long. So hopefully you just have to take out these two rather than all the ones that manage to follow us.
Yeah, that would suck if I had to go all the way back and fight all the others.
But no, we're good. I swear our wings are a little smaller than they used to be. Or our sort of flaps.
Raziel, the failed assassin. You had Kain at your mercy, but lacked the courage to fulfill the act. And now you see the wasteland wrought by the tyrant's hand, by his selfish decision to preserve his own life, even when it meant sacrificing the whole world. This is the fate of Nosgoth, as long as Kain remains alive.
An ironic condemnation, given this guilty sin. One would think you'd torn down the pillars single-handedly. What are you trying to obliterate as you drag your loathsome body through this chamber? And why, as Nosgoth descends into madness and misery, do you appear to thrive? Things in this world, I am learning, are rarely what they seem. You, apparently, are no exception.
I am the engine of life, the source of Nosgoth's very existence. I am the hub of the wheel, the origin of all life, the devourer of death.
Or maybe you're just hungry. Could it be as simple as that? Wouldn't that be poetic irony? The great adversary of the vampires turns out to be the biggest parasite of them all.
Do not test my patience, Raziel. I made you, and I will unmake you if I become so inclined.
As your agent, I am beyond death.
There are fates worse than death, Raziel.
Oh, I see you now as you truly are. A cancer, a spooling parasite burrowed deep in the heart of this world.
Go now. Play out your pitiful rebellion and take your place among the destroyed, the used, and the damned. But know this. You are mine for eternity. You have always been, and will always be, my soul Reaver.
I was thinking that he's looking very, big and tentacly, like bigger than he was.
Yes. Yeah, that's because I was saying we're just outside Termagant Forest. Well, we're not actually. I totally forgot about this place lying in between, of course.
Yes, this is the underneath pillars, but which yes are also wrecked.
Which I kind of want to look at a bit more. So let's clear these guys out.
Yeah. But I guess rather symbolically, like we were saying last time, he is wrapped around them.
Yeah, so you can see what he means by this guilty scene. So the tentacles are coming out and grabbing hold of it, and it does. It looks like he's torn them down himself.
Yes. Down we go. Yes, he's bigger.
You would be wise to heed me, Raziel.
Okay, let's see what we can see.
Ah.
Oh, didn't realise that was so short.
It's just a path along, yeah. Okay. They keep trying to spawn and there's not enough ground for them all the time.
No, it's just they were trying to spawn close to me, I think.
Wasn't so bad. You're starting to run a little low on the old lifey sauce. It's down again, I believe.
Is there a walk button? Does that work as a walk button? Does that make me not fall over the edge?
You sort of walk to the edge.
Now here's an interesting mechanic. You see how he went into the font? So what will happen sometimes is these guys will disable the fonts. So there's something, they're like font spirits or something. Or they're perhaps what powers the fonts.
Is it like how the little gremlin-y type ones would eat the souls and scuff you?
Slua.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I've got that right, I'm trying to think, is that this game or... Because there's lots of mechanics introduced over the different games where it's like, is it this one, is it this one? I'm not sure.
This is cool. So this used to be more full of water because we swam in here.
So now we're in a different era. There's less water, which means we can do more here. So it was curious, for example, that when we were last here, there was this font, and we're sort of going, well, what's the point of that? It's underwater. You can't use them when they're underwater. That's because at some point they weren't underwater.
There we go.
There you go. So I have to kill this guy to repower this. Stop hitting me, you jerk! And then I can get this powered.
There we go. We have the power of darkness. Which I'm assuming we want to take with us for some reason.
We can climb back up if we need to. I don't think it's useful right now, but it's
No, because I'm thinking you can't
interesting
get
that we
back
can.
up, can you?
Well, for now. Let's
Down we go.
continue onwards.
So this is shallower than it was.
A lot shallower.
Kind of reminds me of the little wispy spirit people from Spirit. No, it's Howl's Moving Castle. That's the one. It has little sort of transparent, spirity light people.
Not really coming across enough energy to keep me alive.
We seem to keep on having to just pop into the other world as we need to. Which is not the end of the world. Okay, we're going to be able to get over there.
Yes, fortunately.
We're traversing bits that we swam the first time.
Yes, it's a lot more awkward to get around. Oh. Well, might as well kill you now that I'm here. That's what I probably needed to do, actually. One of these jumps. Yeah.
Oh, is that a darkness thing as well?
Ha, jerks.
So you have to go back.
Yeah.
This is the right way. You wanted to go down in the water. I think it's back the other way.
Kinda hoping there would be one sooner than where I'm thinking. But no, it looks like I'm just gonna have to go all the way back to out here.
Assuming you go up. Oh no, there's one here. Oh. We'll want to go up to get the dark font. On the opposite side, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to remember where it was. Is it over here?
It's that way, yeah. I think you can just sloosh up. Whoosh. We can make it.
So yes, you saw where I had to get to. I just unfortunately ran out of health at just the wrong time. If I just did the right sort of jump,
Well, you know that.
it would have been alright. So do I have to go all the way around, or can I just go up from where I am?
No, I
do
think you
have to
could
go
only
up.
fall down from there.
Fair enough.
You're much slower on the surface of the water. Let's follow it this way, yeah.
I find it's terribly confusing.
Let's just ride down, turn forward through. Up and then up. You're going around the edge here. At least this time he's not here because you've killed him.
Yeah, but admittedly it does help. Because yes, we just had to go kapow.
And then because we know they vanish, we get across it. Is there a bit of a jump or does it just go all the way? It goes all the way. Cool. Do you mind? That's rude.
Oh, it's quite the climb.
Here we are. I think now we're coming out into the forest. What is that?
Beyond this edifice lay my sole hope of escaping this demon-infested wasteland. The time-streaming device contained therein offered my only prospect of journeying back into Nosgoth's early history. Unless I discovered some means of breaking the seal, I was condemned to be stranded here eternally.
And we wouldn't want that.
Indeed naughty. Oh yes, we remember the swamp.
It quite deliberately makes everything else in here faster than us. But only on the swamp. If you stay out of the swamp, you're fine. So let's make sure we try and stay on here. I just wanted to get my light Reaver.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Even
yes, we go around.
even without wanting to avoid the enemies, it's just useful to avoid the swamp so you can actually get through the level. It would take forever otherwise.
And as you rightfully point out, it's not like we get anything for killing these guys. Maybe kill one simply to see what it looks like.
They do look, those look kind of weird. It looks like something that's like mutated. Or so it's adapted to living in the swamp.
I'd get stuck a bit there, but we can go all the way around. Might as well, since we're here, use this save point. In the area called, imaginatively, Swamp.
Well, I guess that's what it is. Right. Do they attack each other then, the monsters and the people, or do they just ignore each other in favour of you?
I'm not going to hang around and find out, because of course the demons fight.
The passage of time had indeed cleared my way forward, enabling me to explore the northern mountains of Nosgoth. I was anxious to discover if some evidence of Janos Audrun's existence might still remain.
It's rather odd that he was just hanging around.
Yes, yes.
Can I climb this?
I seem to be able to climb both. I wonder if one is one just the wall that they were like guarding?
Yeah, that's this I don't think leads anywhere useful.
No, I don't think so. I think that's how we got to the bit with the Varador in the first place, which we don't need to revisit because we did.
Yeah, let's just get on with it then.
Cool.
I just thought it was odd that there was two there. Yes, your earlier question. Yeah, they do fight each other.
Right, I was going to say, because it would be a bit of a shame if they just ignored each other.
Because the demons and the other, well, I think they're the same troops actually, they fight each other, so it makes sense that these guys would as well.
Yeah. Now we get uncharted territory. Looks cool, kind of Grand Canyon-y and that sort of windswept natural rock thing.
Yeah, it's cool looking.
There it is!
Is it in the water?
Nope.
No, oh, just up there then, yeah. Wonderful. Oh, is that if we were going back?
Does that just lead up to the same area?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but you can't get to there from there. But yes, it's a way of going around without having to go through. And yes, it leads back. Marvellous. Presumably then we come back through here.
Yeah, these are a bit... Yeah. Maybe outside. Ah. There's an up and a down and a lever. Do we let in either one or the other? Right.
Here I discovered the quaint hamlet of Ustenheim. now long abandoned and collapsing into ruin. Legend claimed that Janos Ordran terrorized its villagers until the Sarathan hunters ferreted him out and destroyed him. If there was any truth to the old tales, the lair of the infamous vampire will not be far away.
But again, not before fighting some monsters. So is this a location that was in Blood Omen?
I can't remember, but it is very in the
Naming style.
In the naming style, so it's clearly supposed to be in the spirit of Blood Omen, which is nice that they do occasionally refer all the way back to it, because of course Blood Omen is the game that they're talking about when they're saying things like Kain didn't refuse to sacrifice himself for the sake of the pillars.
It was obviously when they actually
Should that be red?
I don't know. When the people were actually murdered, and when it became a vampire and all of that.
Yeah, so I mean this game does keep on referring back to the events of a game that was a top-down RPG many, many moons ago.
Yeah, I take it we can't go into anywhere. There's just sort of some extensive set dressing.
Yeah, partially it's just because it looks cool.
Yeah. It's not a location we've had sort of in the first Soul Reaver even. There was no locations like this, I don't think.
No, well, you have to remember Soul Reaver is set centuries after the fall of mankind. I did spot a save point. Oh, it's one of those. So I do like the way the Light Reaver lights up the background. I think it's really cool.
Yes, it looks like there's a save point in a church.
Which we will visit.
It's strange that the buildings here in the real world look almost warped.
Yes, through dilapidation rather than anything else, but yes. Yes, it is. Quite good. This is cool, so you can get inside. I don't know if there was actually an Uchenstein in Blood Omen, but yes, they all had very Germanic names, if I remember correctly. And
is there anything behind there? Sorry, before you leave.
I'm kind of used to the game not really having extras in the sense of Soul Reaver, the first game, because that had a very Metroidvania style thing going on.
It did, yeah. But yes, you were saying it is absolutely in the naming style. I think it's sort of a bit of a nod back to it.
Must be, right? Okay. Actually, we want it to be up, don't we?
We do.
There we go. I'm sure it won't shut behind us.
Yeah, we're back in this sort of place. Oh, but there is an above there too.
Oh, wait. That's not the way I came in, is it?
No. This is different.
Are you absolutely sure? Because it looks the same. But it was behind the save point, so it must be new, right?
Yeah. I don't think it would do that if we weren't advancing and pressing, if that makes you feel better. And again, I think we're just going
good
ahead
grief.
if you want to. Yeah, I was thinking because there's a left as well, isn't there? Or was there not? We definitely came from the right.
Oh, there's bits we can't get to. Oh, yes, this is an area that had bits of it cut, I think.
Yeah, there's an over there too.
I think this was supposed to be originally a more extensive area than it is.
Right. I thought it was just going to whack you out of the air.
But yes, isn't this interesting?
It is, yeah. think you'd already found the way you were actually supposed to go.
But yes, look at the locations that you can't actually reach. They're still fighting it out down here. Oh, I'm sure I saw a spirit down here. I was hoping I could just nom it while I was here. Ah, possibly missed it. Waited too long.
Maybe. We'll be okay. It's such a sudden effect sometimes. Ah.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Simmons, I wonder if these are like part of the decision behind these staying in the spectral realm, is just so that you can't just go into it to advance.
Maybe, yeah.
But it's right here anyway.
This edifice was clearly not crafted by human architects. As the figure beneath the balcony silently attested, these were the Ares of winged beings. Undoubtedly, I stood before the mountain refuge of the legendary Janos Ordren, but the entire sanctuary lay in ruin, collapsed under the force of some ancient cataclysm. As I suspected, the time streamer's deception ensured that I was centuries too late to unearth anything of consequence here. With nothing behind me but the wasteland I had traversed, I resolved to press on and explore these canyons further.
Oh no. Every time you turn up, something monumental and terrible happens. I don't think I have the stomach for it.
No drama this time, Raziel.
You are persistent, crossing time like this to follow me. Still waiting for that coin of yours to land on its edge.
I'm biding my time. I see that Mobius has played a little trick on you.
Yes. He clearly doesn't want me to meet this Janos Ordren.
Perhaps. Or maybe he merely hoped that it would harden your heart against me, to see this wasteland which I single-handedly authored.
My heart doesn't need hardening, Kain. If I even suspected that destroying you would make any difference, I would do it this instant.
I knew you'd see through them, Raziel. Janos is indeed the key to your destiny, but you'll need to find your own way back into Nosgoth's past. Make no mistake though, Raziel. You and I are now in great danger. We are irritants here. Malevolent forces are being marshaled to eliminate us.
You talk as though we're allies.
Regardless of your sentiments, Raziel, in their eyes, we are.
Well, they're certainly trying to eliminate you, Kain. There can be no doubt of that. I am assaulted relentlessly with demands for your demise. Whatever it is that you're plotting, you're scared to death of me. As for me, I suspect they made a grave error when they allowed my unique resurrection. I don't think they know how to destroy me.
You mustn't underestimate them, Raziel.
And who exactly is this diabolical they to which we keep referring? If there's some grand conspiracy going on, the right hand doesn't appear to know what the left is doing. Even Mobius seems to be caught out at every turn.
Mobius is a puppet, Raziel. Haven't you realized that yet? That's the sweetest irony in all of this. Nosgoth, great manipulator is their plaything. But the ones pulling the strings haven't shown their faces yet.
They don't like us unwriting their carefully choreographed history, though, do they?
You must understand, Raziel, we haven't unwritten history, we've merely rewritten. The future flows around our petty actions, finding the path of least resistance, while admitting only the slightest alterations. This is the reshuffling you felt when you refused to kill me. And remember, Raziel, we are irritants in this regard as well. History will not allow the introduction of a paradox.
And if events cannot be reshuffled to accommodate the change?
It is the irritant who's expelled. Bear in mind that this may be exactly the outcome our enemies are trying to provoke. We must tread very carefully.
As Kain jwams away.
Yes, I quite like the idea of that, you have to be very careful, because if you change history too much, what will be changed is you being there.
This is cool, though. I don't think we've ever seen this.
No, I don't think we have. So we're supposed to be going over there, but that's the interesting bit, is the retreat of the famed Janos Ordran. Unfortunately, we have run out of time, so we'll have to look around here a bit more next time.
We'll see you then.